I want to welcome Agile XRM to the podcast. I've known the people at Agile XRM for the past 12 years. I've seen how their business process management tool can add massive value to complex organizational processes in sectors such as finance and government. If you have complex processes or a need for dialogues on the Power Platform or Dynamics 365, take a look at how this BPM tool can add value. You can find them at agilexrm.com or check out the show notes for more details. Welcome to the MVP Show. My intention is that you listen to the stories of these MVP guests and are inspired to become an MVP and bring value to the world through your skills. If you have not checked it out already, I do a YouTube series called How to Become an MVP. The link is in the show notes. With that, let's get on with the show. Today's guest is from Ghana. He works as a Power Platform specialist. He received his first MVP award in 2022. You can find out everything about him, his bio, links to his socials, that type of thing in the show notes for this episode. Shadrack, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mark. Nice joining you here. I've seen a couple of people coming in here, and I've always waited for this opportunity. I didn't know I was going to be here one day. Thanks for the invite.
I'm so pleased you're here. Tell us a bit about family, life, food, fun, everything that's not related to your IT career in Ghana.
All right, sure. Thank you once again. So my name is Shadrack Inusah, and I'm from Ghana. I was born actually in Tema. Tema is a city in Accra, Ghana. That was where I was born. I'm the firstborn of five. Actually. We are four, three guys, then two girls. And being the first child, you know how it feels like. I mean, you feel like you always have a lot of work on you, but how should I say that? And then, so I speak some few local languages here, about 2-3 local languages here in Ghana. And then I speak English as well, as English is our, it's the language we speak here, official language we speak here. So currently I live with my parents in Accra, a city called Spintex. That's where I live currently. And what I really love doing is just watching movies and local movies and listening to local songs. I love local songs a lot. We have these songs in Ghana. We have the gospel, we have it life in Ghana as well. And then High Life, especially, yes. High Life is actually from Ghana. It's actually made in Ghana, Junior song. Then I love playing game a lot. I love playing soccer, football game a lot. That's TV game when I'm lonely. And I spend almost my time being in the room alone. I don't like going out. I really don't like going out. Yeah, so that's something little about me.
This is interesting. This is interesting. Tell us about what's the best thing to eat in Ghana. What's the best food? What if you had the choice of to eat anything in Ghana? What do you recommend people eat?
Yeah, Mark, you know this already. We are the best when it comes to jollof. when it comes to jollof rice, Ghana is always the best. We've been having this kind of convo with our colleagues or our sister country, Nigeria. But when it comes to jollof, Ghana is still the best. You can't beat Ghana when it comes to jollof, and I would love you to come to Ghana and come and taste jollof and see the correct jollof in Ghana. Actually, you need to come and taste it. So jollof is one of the best meal in Ghana. Jollof kinky. It's really awesome.
Nice. I'd love that. Tell us about how did you ultimately end up being involved with the Power Platform? What's been your journey from where where did you come from to the point of that you're involved in the Power Platform?
All right. So I was actually I actually joined a community where I heard of a program called the Microsoft Student Partner then. So I was like, I need to go and look into it, what the Microsoft Student Partner is about. And then I was in school. I was then in school, so I wanted to also become a Microsoft Student Partner. So I reached out to one of the Microsoft Student Partner in Ghana currently. Then we had only one Microsoft Student Partner in Ghana. I reached out to him, and we communicate. He's called Dawood. We talk, and he sent me the link to apply. And then I was also into Microsoft.NET very well. I was building C# on my own in school. I was building simple applications. So I was a Microsoft person there, and I just had to apply. Then also put in what couple of things I've done, which they are on GitHub. I push in there. So I got the application approved in the year 2020. So that was in January. In February, in February we have the Global Power Platform Bootcamp. So we have Samuel Andrain hosting the Global Power Platform Bootcamp in Ghana. So because I joined the Microsoft community, I got interacted with him. So I went for this bootcamp, and Samuel and then Frank, they were introducing us on Microsoft Power App and Power BI. I saw the Power App. I was like, wow, I love this. I love this. And currently to my student ambassador account was also a Microsoft 365 account. So it has access to all this stuff. And I didn't know about it. I was just having the account without I didn't know. That was in 2020 February. So Samuel introduced, they built simple applications and stuff. And I was like, wow, just in 1 second, you build application. How did you do this? So I sat down. I went through the Power App introduction with them. We went through the Power BI. Then I was like, wow, I'm going home to continue this. So I went home. I started looking into videos on YouTube. Few MVPs. I've actually published videos on YouTube. I was looking through that. I had to go through a lot of samples, try my hands on some. And I found it to be fun. And I was like, wow, I need to take this serious. So as a student partner then, I started hosting events on Power Apps. I started taking my students through Power Apps because I wanted to learn myself and I wanted them to also know about it. So right from there, it kept going. Then that was in 2020. I was still learning. But then I had in mind that I wanted to create an audio player, a podcast. So in my mind, I was having that whole package as in something I wanted to build to blow people's mind, as in yes, something I've actually built. So whilst I was working around, I was still finding ways how to build this podcast. I was still learning. I was still building a whole lot of things, trying my hands on. And thanks to all the MVPs publishing awesome tutorial on YouTube, it's really helping a lot. That's where I built most of my idea from. And from there, I just 2020, 2021, 2022, that's how my Power Up journey all started. And I started hosting events on it. Samuel started inviting me on events, that's Global Power Platform events in Accra. I also went for the Power Apps African Challenge, which I became second. I won tablet from them. Yeah, so I became second.
What did you create? What did you create? What did you create for the Power Up Challenge?
Yeah, so with the Power Up Challenge, then we were in the COVID mood. That was in 2021. So I was like, wow, what should I create? So I sat down and I was like, I think I should create something like a COVID app, an app whereby because all the employees of most companies are working from home, why not create an app so that in case an employee is having an issue, is feeling feverish or maybe feeling some symptoms about COVID, you can read about it inside the app. In case it's something serious, then in the app you can trigger it, send these details to your company. Your company can work on it, and maybe they will probably send an ambulance or they will probably send someone to your aid. So that's what the app is about. So the app is just for a company to use in case you need help from the company, and also in case you want to read about COVID more, it has it. And the app also has inbuilt live website in it, where you can also check the COVID situation. I use Bing Maps for the COVID situation in across the world. You can check in there. It has bots where you can use the bot. So I actually implemented all the Power Platform tools in it. So it has bots where you can chat with the bots, know about COVID. It also has it also trigger flow where the flow picks your data straight away and fill the form. So I implemented almost everything in it. I built it straight from database, and I was second. I mean, I placed second among 320 plus participants, and
That's incredible.
yeah, yeah, that was really cool. I really enjoyed that. My mentor was so great, Sylvester. He assisted me a lot, gave me much idea on what I was building, and I mean, it was so awesome. Gretchen and the other colleagues made this happen, and I think it's coming up again. And currently, I'm just planning to be a mentor on the next one that is coming up, so that I can also share this knowledge with the others. Yeah, so uh, my power platform journey is a lot. It's a lot because currently I'm doing a lot, and I'm sure you are come to ask about that, so I can share most of the stuff I'm doing also with you. Yeah,
That's incredible. So when you mentioned Gretchen, then you're talking about Gretchen from Microsoft, right?
exactly.
Yeah. So you know that Gretchen used to be an MVP. When I was first an MVP, Gretchen was an MVP in business applications before she went and joined Microsoft.
Oh wow, I had no idea about that. Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, she's a former business applications MVP. In fact, I'm pretty sure I have a podcast with her. Not 100%. I've been doing podcasting for 5 years, so I'm not quite sure, but I'm pretty sure there's a podcast with Gretchen. I know I did a video, so she's definitely on my YouTube channel. But that's incredible. So tell us now. Now you've gone from 2020, and we're in 2022 now. So you've gone after a few years. You've become an MVP. How did that happen?
Yeah, so I mentioned earlier on, so I keep hosting events on the Power Apps, the Power Platform, Power Apps, Power Automate. I keep also creating applications, and then in case I come by some applications which I didn't get help on YouTube, I try to work around and I make a video of it and share it on YouTube as well for people to also study it and see how to solve that issue. So that was what I was doing throughout 2021. So from 2022 ended there to 2021, I was doing all those stuffs. I was also contributing more in the Microsoft Student Ambassador Program. I was contributing a lot. I was part of the Low Code, No Code League, where I was also assisting students there. So from there, I was given the opportunity to start blogging on the Microsoft Tech community site. So I've been blogging there for a while. That was in 2021 there. I keep blogging. And then I had two recommendations for the MVPs. I have one from Charles. Charles, who retired. That was last year. Earlier this year, right? Earlier this year, yes. I think Charles retired earlier this year. Yeah. Then I have one also from another Microsoft employee who is also in the Power Platform, the Microsoft Student Ambassador Program. So I had two nominations actually. That was a whole huge, yeah. So I had to pick one. Then I filled in. I mean, I have to go through and fill it with all the events I've hosted, over 30 plus events. Some of them were a year before, so I couldn't add them up. I have to add from 2020, 2022, 2021, 2022. So I had just a couple of them, about 20 something plus. And I mean, I just filled the form. And I also joined the Power Platform Bootcamp that was hosted recently. I was also a speaker on that. So I was asked to wait and fill the form with that as well. So I did that. And I mean, Martin just got to me that I've got this, and I was really happy. That was in March. But before then, whilst I was working at Dreamover, I actually did a whole lot of automation for them. I changed a lot of paperwork, created a lot of automation for their petty cash request. so that people can request and then request via Teams. It can be approved via email or via Teams. So that was my first huge project I worked on. When I got to the company, I realized they were doing this paperwork. I tried to do that for them. Then within this 2022, the 2021, 2022, I was just creating and hosting events, mentoring students, trying to assist students, also joining. I was getting invites to talk from Cameroon, from Senegal. I was just talking on events all over here. So I have to add all this in my application, and just straight out, I just opened my email and I was like, wow, I kept waiting for that day. And I just realized I've had this MVP. I was like, wow, just in 2 years, 2020, 2021, then 2022, an MVP. I was really grateful for the community for this. And then, all the MVPs were doing great. They pushed me with all this assistance, especially the MVPs in Ghana. They did great. Yeah.
How many business application MVPs are there in Ghana?
Okay, so currently we are just two, and I'm the second person. Yes.
Woohoo! This is awesome. I love this.
Yeah, exactly.
So one final question before I let you go. Where is what's your focus for the next 12 months? What are you working on? What excites you about the Power Platform? What do you see as the opportunity that you're pursuing over the next 12 months?
Yeah, so then I was in Dreamover. That was this year, earlier this year to mid this year, I was in Dreamover. And then a colleague shared an application from one code lane site, shared an application in a Microsoft community platform on WhatsApp, and it was like, you guys can apply for it, but he keep reaching out to me. He says, Shadrack, this is for you. You are in for this. So I heard a bank need a Power Platform specialist, and he said, Shadrack, this is for you. I was like, are you sure? Are you really sure? He said, yeah, this is for you. And it was a huge, it's one of the biggest decision I've ever made in my life. And I'm really grateful for Microsoft for bringing in Power Apps or the entire Power Platform. I'm really grateful for Microsoft because without this, I don't see myself to be there. Like, always I've wanted to be with this bank because this bank is one of the huge banks in Ghana. I've always wanted to be with them. I've also always wanted to be with Microsoft. It didn't work due to some location stuff. I was really cool when I heard about the bank. I applied for it. I didn't even know that was the bank. So I went for the interview and I realized it was the bank I've always wanted to be in. And I passed the interview. We went through 2 interview sessions. I passed through all. Then I had an email that a Power Platform specialist for Fidelity Bank Ghana. And it was one of the amazing decisions I ever took in my life. I was really grateful for the whole Microsoft community. Bringing up Power Platform really helped me, push me to this field, and it's really awesome. And I feel comfortable there. I feel like I'm now accepted in what I always wanted to do, and I've started building. I'm also, and when I got there and I realized the Power Platform is something which is about to take over the world because I realized it's needed almost in every company because what we are doing there. And imagine some companies are also having the same challenges and they don't even know about Power Apps. You can feel the stress they are going through. So Power Apps streamlining business processes is really awesome, making things very easy within the company, building applications, trying to reduce paperwork. It's really awesome. And I think a lot of banks in Ghana are trying to make use of the Microsoft Power Platform, which I really, really, really think is a good idea because it comes with the Teams and other applications which you're already using. You just need to also include them then. That's all. So for now, I think within the next even 1 year to come, Power Platform should be something very, 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 very great in the world, because with these updates coming up, with these new updates coming out, I see a lot of people trying to work on the UI, making awesome interactive applications. I can imagine what is coming up in the Power Platform fraternity. A whole lot is coming up, and I'm also trying to catch up, because if you don't catch up, you are going to be left behind, because we are moving quickly, and the community is really awesome. Just like you, Mark, everyone in the Power Platform community is really, really awesome. The MVPs are awesome. They are always available to help you. I don't want to forget Riza. Riza is there. He's really doing awesome. And Alan Alan actually helped me in my audio player. Alan is really, really awesome. I really like how he works. He's really strict, and I like Alan a lot. I'm hoping to work with him again. The entire community is really cool, and they make Twitter awesome. Everybody, the interaction on Twitter and how they retweet your works, how they it's really great. I'm really grateful to be part of the Power Platform community. I'm really, really grateful. I've had calls with the Power Platform community call. I had a call with them last time to talk about the app I built. And I think I really love all the opportunities being given to me at this stage. And I feel so awesome. I feel so great now. Looking at the years where I started from, and I'm trying to mentor a lot of students here. I'm trying to mentor a lot of people. I'm creating a channel where I'll just be mentoring people to start taking up, course. A lot of companies are going to start using the Power Platform. So this is the time. I'm trying to mentor them now, so that they all come up and start building something for people. Yeah. So these are some of the things I'm working on here.
Hey, thanks for listening. I'm your host, Business Application MVP Mark Smith, otherwise known as the NZ365 Guy. If you like the show and want to be a supporter, check out buymeacoffee.com/NZ365 Guy. Thanks again, and see you next time.